Hello. In this video, we want to graph y equals cosine of 1/2 x. Okay, so if y equals cosine of x is our parent function, we need an xy table here. 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. That'll be 1, 0, -1, 0, 1. The transformation is y equals cosine of 1/2 x. Notice that there's 1/2 in front of the x there. That means that it's in with the parentheses, which means that the y values stay the same because the x's will change. Because it's in front of the x, we do the opposite, which is divide by half. But dividing by the half is the same thing as multiplying by 2. So, not divide x by 1/2. But again, that's just the same thing as multiplying by 2. So 0 times 2 is 0. Pi over 2 times 2 is pi. Pi times 2 is 2 pi. 3 pi over 2 is 3 pi. And 2 pi times 2 is 4 pi. So there you go. Notice that each tick mark will be pi units. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and write down what everything is. So A in this case is 1, which gives us an amplitude of the absolute value of 1, which is 1. B is a half, so the period is 2 pi over a half. Multiply top and bottom by 2, that gives us 4 pi. That tells me the frequency is 1 for every 4 pi units. C is 0, so the phase shift is 0. And D is 0, so the average here is 0. It's about the line y equals 0. Now let's plot this. I need to fit this on the graph, so I'm going to make every tick mark to be, or every other tick mark to be pi. So every tick mark here will be pi over 2. So that's pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, and 4 pi. And I'm going to make that 1 and -1 there. Good. So 0, 1, pi 0, 2 pi -1, 3 pi 0, and 4 pi 1. And there we go. Now again, this doesn't really look like this has been transformed, but the x tells a different story. Notice what happens if I actually did this in, if I put the original in there. So if I put the original, it's going to look like this. Oops. And there we go. So here's the original. Notice that within this, I can actually fit 2 full cycles of the original into this one. So notice that the frequency of the blue one here, the actual transformed function, is actually half as large as the other. So this is actually helping us figure out the frequency and the period as well. Alright. Well, I believe that's it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and I will see you in the next one. Have fun.